And so we've had some great weather for that, and the person with the answers for great weather as to how long that's going to continue, we're going to send things back over to Ryan back in the Weather Center at the TV station. Back to you, Ryan.
Oh, beautiful weather for Balloon Fiesta. We even have some special shaped balloons in the air. Thank you, David, for that report. Look at these special shaped balloons. There's one and there's another one. I think that's a parrot flying in the air, a hot air balloon parrot. Otherwise, we got regular shaped balloons. The camera is bobbling up and down a little bit. Of course, it's zoomed in, so it's going to do that. But that's a signal of persistent northerly winds out there. Albuquerque right now, it's still chilly. At the Sunport, sunny, 53 degrees with that northerly wind at 9 miles per hour, 45% relative humidity, a little bit less breezy at Balloon Fiesta Park. And even looking at downtown, we've seen some hot air balloons flying on through. There's actually one, if you look closely enough, very low to the ground. We're sitting again at 53 in Albuquerque, 45% humidity, sunshine, the big story right now, and those winds descending from the northern mountains and funneling through the Rio Grande Valley, but very lightly at that. A few hundred feet above the ground, what we are seeing are more persistent winds, up to 10 to 15 miles per hour above the surface. By the way, a few hundred feet above the ground, it's a little bit warmer compared to above the surface, but then as the sun heats the ground heats the earth, the surface will be warmer compared to the upper levels of the atmosphere. In the upper levels of the atmosphere, we have southwesterly winds. You know what that means. Compared to the northeasterly winds, that's a box effect here in Albuquerque. Clear skies for the most part right now. Showers exiting southeast New Mexico. We even had a lightning strike or two southeast of Roswell briefly. That's moving away. And those storms in northeast New Mexico overnight have left over cooler and more humid weather conditions. Look at that, 43 in Las Vegas right now, 46 in FAU, dropped in the high 30s, 53 Albuquerque, barely above freezing right now in Gallup, 33, 59 in Socorro, 66 in Las Cruces. Later throughout the morning and the afternoon, warming up from north to south in the 70s and 80s for most, low 90s in Carlsbad. Eastern New Mexico will have widely varying temperatures, only in the high 50s and 60s from Clayton, Raton, Des Moines, and even to Santa Rosa. Thunderstorms will form in that more humid air mass near Roswell, Tucumcari, Santa Rosa, Trementina, Villanueva throughout the later parts of the afternoon, the evening, the overnight to tomorrow morning. Storms will form far to the west. Look what happens tomorrow afternoon. Boy, we could see some strong storms clipping Albuquerque, Magdalena, Socorro into the Sandia, something that we'll keep an eye on. What we'll also keep an eye on are the fluctuating temperatures, a temperature roller coaster as you will, right? So temperatures will be in the high 50s throughout the next few days for some areas, and then we'll warm back up in the lower elevations in the 70s and 80s. That high pressure to the southeast will steer more moisture into the northern mountains with more thunderstorm chances. And that does even include parts of the Rio Grande Valley. But warmer and dry briefly from Thursday into Saturday. And taking a look at traffic, Balloon Fiesta Park looking a little bit dicey out there with traffic. And by the way, with the weather conditions, it does appear mostly green flag mornings, so plenty of traffic for the next several mornings. Expect that moving forward. We'll have more updates later on.